Hello, my name is Hope. I work with Clients First Business Solutions, where Clients First isn't just our name, it's our creed. And today I'm excited to talk to you about how Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Supply Chain Management supports manufacturers who manufacture to order with the product configuration model functionality. The need to configure products to meet special requirements is becoming the rule rather than the exception. A manufacturer that supports configure-to-order scenarios has an opportunity to tend more carefully to customers' needs. Additionally, by stocking semi-finished goods in the form of generic components instead of finished products, the manufacturer can reduce the capital that is tied to the inventory. A successful move from a manufacturer to stock setup to a configure to order setup requires careful analysis of the product structures, identification of product families, and componentization. To reduce the number of parts and minimize the number of goods that are in process, it's important that you understand the product interfaces and that you design for reusability. There are several product configuration modeling principles, such as rule-based, dimension-based, and constraint-based modeling. Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Supply Chain Management offers three built-in product configuration technologies: predefined variants, dimension-based product configuration, and constraint-based configuration. Studies show that constraint-based methodology can reduce the number of code lines in models by about 50% compared to other modeling principles. Therefore, this methodology can reduce the total cost of ownership. Predefined variants and dimension-based configuration technology is best used for products with limited variability. The constraint-based configuration model is best utilized for the more complex requirements and will be the focus of this video. The product configuration feature set includes a user interface that provides a visual overview of the product configuration model structure, and also a declarative constraint syntax that doesn't have to be compiled. Therefore, companies that want to support a configuration practice can get started more easily. A product designer no longer requires the support of a developer to build a product configuration model, test it, and release it to the sales organization. A product configuration model consists of one or more components that are tied together through subcomponent relationships. Components are defined one time and can be used many times in one or more product configuration models. The components are main building blocks of a product configuration model, and nearly all information about the model is related to them. Components are made up of attributes, constraints, calculations, subcomponents, user requirements, BOM lines, and route operation lines. Each component has one or more attributes that identify its properties. The attributes are what users will choose during the configuration process. Attributes control both inter-component and intra-component relationships through inclusions in constraints or calculations. Through conditions that are applied to BOM lines, the attributes can be used to determine which physical parts the configured parts will consist of. Additionally, an attribute can control the property of a BOM line through a mapping mechanism. Similar functionality exists for route operations regarding both inclusion and property settings. Use of a constraint-based product configuration model implies that some limitations exist when the user selects values for the various attributes. Such limitations are defined in the constraints section. Calculations represent a mechanism for performing arithmetic operations in a configuration model. For example, a calculation can determine the length of a specific piece of raw material or the processing time for a polishing operation. Calculations are imperative and set the value for a target attribute after the attribute values that are included in the calculation expression become available. Subcomponents represent the nodes in the product configuration model structure. For each subcomponent relationship, a reference must be specified to a product master that has the variant configuration technology set to constraint-based configuration. A user requirement has all the constituents of a subcomponent. The only difference is that a user requirement isn't bound to a product master. The practical effect of this difference is that any BOM lines or route operations that are defined in the context of a user requirement are collapsed in the parent component BOM structure or route. This behavior resembles the behavior of a phantom BOM. BOM lines are included to identify the manufacturing BOM for each component. A BOM line must reference an item, and all item properties can be set to a fixed value or mapped to an attribute. Route operations are included to identify the manufacturing route. A route operation must reference a defined operation, and all operation properties can be set to a fixed value. All properties except resource requirements can be mapped to an attribute instead of a value. Products are configured by answering the attribute questions in the user interface. The Configure Products user interface is available from sales order lines, sales quotation lines, purchase order lines, production order lines, and project item requirement lines. Once a user selects the desired attributes from the user interface, the system will check to see if there's a combination of this combination of attributes has ever been used in association with this product. If it has, the system will select and use the configuration ID associated with these attributes. If this combination has never been used before, the system will create a new configuration ID to represent the attribute selected. This new configuration ID will be utilized by the system in association with the product item number to describe the specific item along with its specific attributes, unless it's reset due to changes in a bill of material, and then you get a new configuration ID. Please note that a dynamic bill of material and route are created for each new configuration ID when the configuration ID is created. Sales prices support attribute-based pricing. The system also offers functionality to calculate the delivery date based on the specific items, BOM and route information. The delivery date is calculated using a mini MRP explosion based on the dynamic bill of material and routing associated with the part number and configuration ID. The industrialization period has led to great achievements in producing high quality and feature-rich products at affordable prices. The economies of scale have made it possible for most people in the industrialized world to buy cars, TVs, household appliances, and other goods that most of us consider a necessary part of everyday life. As many products have become commodities, a need to differentiate them has arisen. The immediate response of manufacturers to this challenge has been to create variants of each product so that customers have more alternatives. This strategy has led to increased forecast challenges and also to an increase in inventory costs and unsold products that become obsolete. By adopting a configure-to-order philosophy, manufacturers have the opportunity to meet customer demand for unique products while reducing or eliminating obsolete items. When manufacturer-to-stock philosophy is shifted to a configure-to-order philosophy, one immediate challenge that arises is the need for short lead times must be balanced against low inventory levels. It's imperative to analyze your product portfolio to look for patterns in product features and processes. The goal is to identify components that can be manufactured by the same equipment and used in all variants. The key to success here is to not only have software that can meet your business's requirements, but also a partner with experience who can effectively assist you. With Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Supply Chain Management and Clients First Business Solutions, success will be a slam dunk. Don't hesitate. Contact us today. Thank you so much for your time and attention. We look forward to hearing from you soon.